That wasn't the case when I was 16 years old. We had an obstacle course. The obstacle course wasn't very big and it really wasn't very difficult. So I had practiced for a number of weeks, and then my dad and I drove up there. I drove to the obstacle course. I get in the car, and right from the beginning, I don't know, everything just went wrong. So I'm driving down this little obstacle course, and the guy just starts yelling at me. He says, "Cut it, cut it, cut it." And I hit the guardrail. I hit the guardrail with my car in the driving test.
Wow.
I backed up,
That's not good.
which I wasn't supposed to do that apparently either. Finished the driving test and parked. So instead of doing a, um, what do they call it? A parallel park. I just parked 3 feet from the curb. And as you can imagine, I did not pass the driver's test the first time.
Man.
So that was a slip up on my part. My dad wasn't too happy when we drove back. And I did drive. He still, though, let me drive back home because I still had my permit at the time.
Well, you still needed practice, clearly.
Yes, but who would want to get into a car with me? I
Mm.
couldn't even get it done on a 15-mile-an-hour obstacle course. So that is my slip up.
This
That
is,
something you'll never forget.
I like this. So I'm gonna ask Bryant, when you had your driver's test, was it in a closed course, such as Brad just described, which is also what I had, or was it out on the road?
Oh
Field
no,
test.
you go out on the road, yeah. So you
Yeah,
go to the DMV and then you just drive the streets
yeah.
of North Platte, and that's
They
how they
just
test you.
and they just navigate you, and you got to
Yep,
do it.
they have a way they take you to make sure you
Yeah.
use your turn signals, come to stops, do everything
Yeah.
like you would be driving through town.
See, that's absolutely how it should be. Some real world experience. Mine was like, just like you said, I don't know if I ever went over 10 miles an hour in my test. What am I being tested on here? It's a stop sign, left turn. I swear to God, there was like an incline and a decline, and it couldn't have been more than, 7 feet up.
Like I see that stuff in like movies, and I always just think that's a movie thing until I hear stories like this, and I go, "Oh,
And
that's real. You actually have a course." I just always thought it was kind of like me. You just get on the road and you drive through your town, and that's your test.
Bryant, that's what we do here on Three Eggs. We separate the fiction from the nonfiction.
This is true.
Yeah, but all my kids were in obstacle courses.
Yeah.
Still that way. So many, many years later.
Crazy.
Did they hit the guardrail?
They all three pass. There is a story I told on the kickout crew of my son Frank, and it is a classic. Um, maybe one day I could replay that for you guys
Okay.
because it was one of the greatest driving tests of all time.